Hey, it's the Friday Wrap with Pete and Reet, and I am so lonely. Oh, you're here, but you're not here.
No, I'm not there, but I'm here, yeah. I am down in Utila in Honduras.
Wow. And so right after we left the A. Meyer Field, you hopped in a car, whisked off to a secret part of the Buffalo airport, and then flew down to Honduras.
Yes, well, it was a long flight because we had to go from Buffalo into New York, JFK, then we had to go to El Salvador, there was layovers, and then we ended up in Rotan, and then you take a ferry, which takes about an hour and a half to get to Utila. So we left the house at, our flight was at 9 p.m. on Thursday, and we arrived here on Friday at 3.
Which is 2 hours behind, but actually 5 o'clock our time, correct?
Right.
Wow.
So it was a complete 24 hours.
How dead were you guys?
Oh, yeah, pretty dead. Pretty dead, yeah. It was fun. JFK was fun. That was the only hassle we had as far as borders go.
Yeah, I hear that the TSA was really good to you. You got the full treatment, the full massage.
I did. I almost got strip searched. She even wanded my hands to see if I had drugs on my hands, but she said my pants were too tight, so she couldn't see my crotch properly.
What?
I'm like, well, she goes, no, you're hiding something. I'm like, no, I'm not hiding anything. Trust me. She goes, well, your crotch is too tight. I said, well, I've had 3 kids. I'm sure it's not that tight.
Wow.
Not that funny, though.
Wow. There's nothing worse, right? See, I'm always the guy that gets pulled out, too. Guaranteed, if there's any kind of search, I'm the guy that's going, so.
Yeah. I don't know what I did, but I tipped her off somehow.
You didn't pull the Jim Carrey card?
No, I did not. No. I probably would have got strip searched then.
So you're looking nice and bronzed. Holy smokes. It must be like hot down there.
It is hot. Yesterday, I think it was over 100.
Ooh.
But, you've got the water right here, so you can just jump in anytime you want. We've got a beautiful spot right on the beach, and we have a manta ray that comes up every morning for breakfast.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's very cool. We've had dolphins out here, so it's pretty fun.
So you're like kind of in your own private little place there, right?
Yes, we have our own cottage, yes. Like a little 1-bedroom cottage, that's all we need. There's only the 2 of us, and we've got our own 4-wheel, so we go into town every day. That's an adventure in itself, let me tell you, because there's only one main road, and it's about a little, maybe double like a sidewalk, okay? And you've got cars coming, or vehicles, 4-wheel, coming both ways, plus people walking down the side of the street. And they drive like maniacs.
Wow.
They drive super fast. And there's no street lights, there's no stop signs, there's nothing. You come out of the side street, you just honk and go.
And I guess you're allowed to have libation with you as you drive as well.
There is no law for drinking and driving. There's no law, pretty much no law at all here. You see the police, they have one vehicle, and they sit at the beach with a military guy and the cops and sit there and watch people drive by. I think really what they're here for is if there ends up being a fight or something like that. But other than that, they just sit there and don't worry about it.
No,
and everybody's like in slow motion.
Well, that's what it is in the islands, right? And you're in the far west of the Caribbean, so you're avoiding Irma, correct?
Yes, thank goodness. I heard it's not good in Saint Martin.
Yeah, well, the Princess Juliana Saint Martin Airport, where it's the one you always see on Facebook and videos where people are standing at the end of the runway and planes are looks like their tires are going to whack them in the head as they're going across, right? Totally devastated from Irma.
Oh, that's sad, because that's really the only way to get in there, and that airport's vital to them.
Now they're calling it a superstorm, the strongest storm that has ever come across recorded in history across the Atlantic. And they say by tomorrow it'll be into Florida, and we're hoping this thing's going to veer off and go somewhere else, because the devastation. I mean, you look at some of the pictures of boats floating down the middle of town, garbage, refrigerators. It's terrible. It's disgusting.
That's so sad. Yeah, and I mean the States has already had that whole Texas thing go on, so I mean they don't need that either.
And then you've got Richard Branson, of course, the owner of Virgin, right? And
Yeah.
out on Neckler Island.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, his own island. And I guess it came through there. And a lot of his guests left because they were afraid. And him and his 30 people that, of course, go around and help him out are hunkered down in the wine cellar.
What, he's like the president? He has his own little bunker there?
Well, I'm sure he does, but I'm sure that bunker is like a resort like you've never seen before without windows.
I hope there's a bathroom, because there's a lot of wine down there.
I'm sure there's everything. He said by the time they crawl out of the bunker, the wine cellar, that they will probably have drank all the wine. So.
Oh, there'd be some good bottles of wine there, too.
Oh, I'm sure it's all good.
Branson, he could buy anything.
Yeah. So let's talk about Trump, because everybody wants to say bad things about Trump, right?
Yeah.
Let's bring this up. He gave from his personal money, him and his wife, $1 million to help in the recouping, or actually went to 12 charities down in Texas and the Houston area to help with the what's happened after Harvey.
Wow, that's fantastic. I mean, you know what? I don't think there's any other president who's ever given his own money.
I haven't heard of it. I'm sure Obama in the last 8 years didn't. The Bushes didn't. And, I think that's amazing that a president who, by the way, makes $1 a year is donating $1 million to help things out down in the Houston, Texas area, so the coast.
That's fantastic. Good for him.
Yeah.
It shows that he does care.
Yeah, and he is doing wonderful things. And let's see what the news does with that one. Let's see what CNN does with that one. Probably won't even hear about it.
Around, go, oh, only $1 million. The guy's worth X amount of dollars. That's what they'll do.
Yeah, exactly.
To make it a negative.
Yeah, always take the side.
We're going to take a short break here and come back, and we're going to talk about Meyer. Remember, we were at the school, and they have their whole anniversary coming up?
Reunion, yes.
Reunion, yeah. So we'll talk about that coming up on the Pete and Reet Show.
It is the Friday Wrap with Pete and Reet. Friday, the 8th of September. Can you believe it, Reet? It's already the 8th of September.
I know, it's incredible. The summer went so fast.
Yeah, what summer?
The wet summer.
Yeah, it was not the greatest summer, and so far fall has been cool. Well, it's not even fall yet, right? It's still summer, but September hasn't started out that great here in Niagara. You wanted to talk about the Meyer reunion?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you were, 15 when you played on the football team first year?
The first football team I played on in junior year, I was 15 years old.
Yeah.
And we won the championship.
And your haircut was hilarious, by the way.
My what?
Your haircut.
I don't think there was a haircut then. Do you know what? I'll tell you something. I wasn't a football player until grade 10. You know why?
Why?
Never watched the sport, didn't know a thing about the sport. But one of my friends walked up to me, and they called him too tall because he was like 6'4". And he said, you know what? The reason you play hockey is because you're a wimp. You'd never play football. Now, they've always practiced, they had practice, right, for a couple of weeks. I said, oh, really? So I went out to the coach. I said, you know what? I really want to play football. And he said, have you ever played before? I said, no. He said, do you want to come out for a practice? It's been 2 weeks, and chances of you making it on here are pretty remote. And I said, yeah, I want to be out there. I said, but make sure that I'm up against too tall. So I put on the equipment, and believe me, I didn't even know how to put on the equipment. I didn't know the rules. All I knew is I was taking too tall down to show him what a hockey player could do. So I did, to the point where he actually said to me, can you please stop? And the coach walked over me. It was Coach Devitt, said, you made the team. And I didn't even know the rules of the game.
Wow.
So, but I'm so glad I did because you know it's the best next to hockey, the best sport ever.
I love football. Well, I love hockey too, but I love football as well. But you actually were on 2 winning championship teams in high school.
3.
Really?
Yeah.
3.
We actually had 4, but we won the 4th, but it was taken away because they said we had an ineligible player, which was kind of cheap. But anyways, I actually brought my junior championship coat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does it fit?
You know what? I don't have a clue. I have no idea. So let's.
Well, let's see. Try it. Or you can get it on.
That's not bad.
Can you do it up?
Huh?
That's pretty good.
Huh?
Good for you.
See, I'm at my playing weight, obviously.
Do you feel like a stuffed sausage right now?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Speaking of stuffed sausages.
Richie Durwall, he went for DNA testing to see how he can lose weight better with Robbie Raw. So we've got that coming up.
All right, so let's check that out. Let's see what Robbie Raw had to say. And actually, this was done live on ESPN. All right, Richie, let us know.
Hi, Pete and Reet. Richie Durwell here in the studio of ESPN Radio. And before we do that, I'm so glad that I am because yesterday it was a great day with my family at Fantasy Island, including this guy, Mr. Full of Fitness back here, and my family. But Fantasy Island is an amusement park. When I was walking around, I was getting totally out of breath. It was embarrassing. But that's not the worst thing that happened. I was singing with this awesome rock band called Nerds Gone Wild. They're like an 80s rock band, and they called me up for Moni Moni, and I was rocking out and jumping up and down. I'm so out of shape, I almost had a heart attack. And I'm so excited because today on ESPN Radio with Robbie Raw, she's going to give me my DNA results. And it's going to be a whole new world. And that's coming up on the Pete and Reet Show.
Decision every day. And so, Richie, you recently came to me and wanted to do the DNA testing, which, by the way, God gave us all different DNA, and so one size does not fit all. And so you just took the test, the Genomax test that I offer in my practice, Richie. We test 92 gene SNPs, and usually I take an hour to go through the results with my patients on this about what is your body's blueprint. The recommendation for you for cardiorespiratory exercise is 3 to 4 days per week, and that's 5 on the board scale, 70% of your heart rate max. So when you're doing brisk walking, or you're taking my kickboxing class, or whatever it is, you should have heavy breathing, but not be out of breath to stop exercising. You don't want to be to the point of breathlessness. So doing medium intensity cardiorespiratory training methods like walking, brisk jogging, cycling, trekking, swimming, taking my kickboxing class or my interval class. And the duration should be about 20 to 40 minutes per week. And that is designed especially for you, Richie, based on your DNA. Is that crazy? Before the show, you and I, Richie, I was kind of giving you a little bit.
You were scolding me. Is basically what really happened, Robbie. If the listening audience wants to
in
know.
a loving way, because really, in the morning, every morning, God gave us a new morning every day where we have the opportunity to wipe the slate clean and start making the right decisions every day to take care of this body that He gave us. And so what I was telling you is, if you wake up in the morning and you make the wrong decision right off the bat, the rest of the day is not going to look very good.
I understand. I do. I get it. And what you told me was out of tough love, and I totally get it. And I today am starting. I mean, I'm seeing it from like, I gave up sugar, I gave up carbs, I gave up all this stuff. But did I give up diet pop? No, and etc. And I understand it's everything or nothing. I get you.
It is a journey, though, and I'm so grateful that you brought that up because I didn't want to bring it up. But you did walk in here with a Diet Pepsi,
and that's when you just like blew your top.
You brought it up, and I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say is, basically, if you start doing that right off the bat, the rest of the day is not going to go well. And I said to you, if you were in an AAA meeting,
Yes.
and I said, you can have a little bit of sugar every day, or you can have a little bit of alcohol every day. Sugar is the same way, diet pop is the same way, and by the way, no one ever got thin drinking diet pop. It contains aspartame, which crosses the blood-brain barrier, causes, at the very least, ringing in the ears, all the way down to medical problems and addiction and cancer and so many other things. It's not, it's a toxic substance for your body. I'm just going to say it. So I'm not going to say you can have a little bit of that, and it will increase your waist circumference. There are some studies that show
Everyone,
that.
she's saying no diet pop.
Well, that's kind of cool, right, Reet? I mean, DNA tells you, you know, what kind of exercise, how much you have to do during the week, and for how long. I mean, that's pretty cool stuff.
That's really interesting. They didn't have that back in the day, you know?
No.
That you could get that technical with your weight loss. That's cool.
Get into the DNA, genetics. Hey, listen, you remember the man from U.N.C.L.E.?
Of course.
A little trivia for you. All right, Napoleon Solo was Robert Vaughn, right? And Ilya Kuryakin. What did UNCLE stand for?
Oh, I used to know this. Oh, I don't know.
United Network Command for Law Enforcement.
Okay.
See, I didn't remember that. And then all of a sudden I was watching the movie. I was on Netflix watching the movie, and I said, what does that mean? So I went and looked it up.
There you go. See?
From UNCLE. Yeah.
The new every day.
Yeah, we've got some great up-and-coming interviews, right?
Oh, we do. We have Burt Ward we're going to interview again. He was such an amazing man. I thought he was just so interesting that, well, for one thing, he can speed read like crazy. Yeah. I just thought and his dog foundation that he has for Great Danes, him and his wife are just really nice people. So really looking forward to talking to him again.
Yeah, maybe he'll bring up some of the Gentle Giant's dog food, which he has dogs, and he swears it's the food. Him and his wife spent $2.5 million on research. They make nothing from this. They've rescued over 14,000 dogs. And Gentle Giants, they have dogs that are 27, 28 years old, if you can believe that.
Unbelievable.
So we have him.
And William Shatner.
Come on, William Shatner?
William Shatner. I can't wait for that.
Captain Kirk. Now, our producers are working on that. He's agreed to it. He wants to be on the Pete and Reet Show. It's whether our time schedules were matched. So let's hope that does. And also, you know who's a really cool guy that we're having a chance to speak to is Ernie Hudson. Remember Ernie Hudson?
I know the name. Was it Ghostbusters?
You got it, Ghostbusters. Yep, Ghostbusters. So we'll get a chance to talk to him. And Lisa Loring is another one that we're setting up with our producers to talk to. Remember Lisa Loring? Probably the name doesn't ring anybody's bell.
Lisa Loring. No, you got me on that one.
Addams Family, Wednesday.
Wednesday, the little girl.
Yes. Pugsley and Wednesday.
Yeah. That'll be interesting to see how that went down.
Now on Sunday, we got another great release. And this is not a name you're going to know, right?
Okay.
But it was a great interview. And that was Ray Allen, the comedian.
Oh, the comedian who has his own place in Aruba.
Yes, Aruba Rays.
That's right.
Which I'm sure we'll be...
Comedy all over the world.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll be doing a show from Aruba Rays one day, soon.
Hey, my next vacation sounds like a plan.
Now, he had some great stories about some actors and that he shared with us, right?
Yes.
So,
yeah, he was a very interesting guy.
So we're not going to... Actually, he talked about your brother.
He did.
Yeah, and some other actors. We're not going to tell you who they are, but these are top flight actors that he's worked with some great stories from behind the scenes stuff. You're going to have to watch a show that's released this Sunday night. So.
Oh, speaking of my brother.
Yes.
He's in Toronto for the film festival there.
Oh, is he?
He actually has a film. Don't quote me on the name of it. Man on the Moon. It's the movie that he did about Andy Kaufman's life. It's like behind the scenes video of that.
Very cool. So you're down there.
That's the name of it.
So how long is he in town for?
A few days, not long, because he's doing all the film festivals with this movie.
Very cool. Very
He's
cool.
in Italy right now, and then he'll be in for the film festival. So
Very
you might
nice.
want to hit him up.
Maybe we'll get him on the Pete and Reet show if he's got time. We'll slide him down here and we'll talk to you again, yeah, you know, via satellite here.
Hey, yeah.
Now, you know what, Reet? It's the first time, and I don't understand it, but you actually have a little bit of a halo over you. Because the sun is shining down there, right?
It comes up about 5:30 every day. It has been sunny every day. We had rain twice, just for like an hour at night, and that's it. And the rest of the time it's been blue skies and just absolutely gorgeous down here.
Beautiful. Well, we look forward to talking to you next week in the Friday wrap, and then of course you come back right after you do that one. So back in another long trip back. That's all night too, right?
Yes, exactly. And when I come back, hopefully I'm as brown as you are.
Well, I think you're browner by the looks of you right now. All right, so as we say goodbye, can you turn the camera around and show us what you're looking out there? Because it's absolutely spectacular and gorgeous. I saw it before we went on air here.
Okay, so I'm going to say bye now.
Okay. And all of you, have a great weekend. And don't forget to check out the Ray Allen Show coming out on Sunday night. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next week on the Friday Wrap. God bless you. Here's Rita showing us the palm trees and the sun and the sky, how beautiful it is down there. All right, we'll see you next week.